Over the course of my comments yesterday, I made reference a couple of times to kind of like charlatan experts at being experts and nothing else, with no academic background, no experience, no track records. They're just experts, right? Unfortunately, there's a lot of books being written these days by these types of experts. There's a lot of these big speakers that get up there all day long, and there's a bunch of consultants out there, too, that don't know what the hell they're doing, and they have no scientific basis for what they're doing. They damage an awful lot of people. Usually they're telling you what you want to hear, but they have no basis by which they could actually deliver on what they promise. And when it comes down to the witching hour, they're out of there, and there's no recourse because they don't got any money anyway. And this happens a lot. So, but on the other hand, there are some individuals who are proven experts and have outstanding academic credentials and who are out there with sterling track records, definable track records. And a number of them have got together, Justin, and they're basically, if you're in a jam or something like that, why don't you come up, Justin? In a jam or something like that, they're basically gonna sort of make themselves available to help you. So I want to introduce guys from Next Level Academy. Who's gonna come up, Justin? Everybody? Sounds cool. Tiffany, Justin, Said, Declan, I think. It's a big round of applause.
Thanks, John.
Real live, got 60, 70 million bucks worth of dentistry right here that used to be zero, or pretty damn close to zero. Amazing guys. Amazing guys.
Hey, guys. He's coming. You can see his sparkly shoes somewhere.
He's got his bow tie straight, I hope.
Is Declan in here? Does anybody see him? On point, Deck. All right. Okay, so what we're up here talking to you guys about today is we are actually all part of a mastermind group, and we meet 3 to 4 times a year. It's secret society, yeah.
Got little rings and stuff.
Yeah, and it's the Illuminati over here. So,
handshakes.
yeah, but it's a really great thing. We've been doing this for several years now. We get to go to really cool places, and we spend a few days talking about best practices, what we feel like the future of dentistry is going to be, what we feel is going to be kind of the next big thing. We talk about a lot of this stuff. So the things we're talking about, we spend months kind of talking in our groups, beta testing in our offices, trying things out, testing things out. So we do a lot of these things in hopes of helping other people not have to go through the things that we've actually gone through. So we've been together for years. Yeah. And we come to these conferences and we speak at these conferences, and we see a lot of like light bulbs going off, but a lot of what the hell are they talking about? And how can I do that? I don't even understand what they're talking about. It's just, or they're doing their thing. It's not for me, or I can't see myself ever getting to what they're doing or doing what they're doing. I see so much confusion many times at the end of these, just mind-blown type stuff. Or just the idea, just so much excitement to go back to your practices with, and you get there and it's like, now what? And I think many of you have experienced that in coming to these conferences for years, or coming to 1 or 2 of them. You get back to your practice, really jazzed, really excited to just get stopped the second you get back, because there's so much that you take and you don't even know where to start. So one of the things and this is actually Cedric Lewis's idea, that he's spearheading this whole thing, is to put together an academy. Call it the Next Level Academy. Can we get that? Can we get the logo up there?
No, look at him. We want
yeah. So we've created I say created. We're not actually doing anything yet. We got this awesome academy. No, so what we've done is we've done a lot of talking about this. We've put together the idea of what this is going to be. And so basically what it is it's the experts that have done this. We've got some of the highest producing practices, privately owned practices in the country. And we've done this through trial and error, through blood, sweat, and tears, lots of mistakes, but a lot of intuitive thought, a lot of ingenuity, a lot of great minds coming together to do these things. But it's hard as a clinician, a practice owner, to be able to do those things because you're in the chair and you can't just say, hey, please do this stuff for me, and it get done. So, and then wrapping your hands around how to do that is really difficult. And then systems, so we've really kind of put this together. So no matter what it is that you're trying to do, if you're trying to scale your own practice from, $60,000, $100,000 a month to millions of dollars a year, several $1 million a year, we're basically, here's kind of what we're doing. We're putting together the systems. So it's going to be kind of like this, a conference, but it's going to be down and dirty, grinding through it, teaching you how to do the things that we talk about, showing you the systems to scale, because if you try to scale without systems, you're going to fail. You have to have systems that are replicable, quantifiable, and teachable. We're going to provide those in these classes. Implementation, how to take these systems and implement them in your organization, because it doesn't matter if you got 2 chairs or 200 chairs, this stuff works. And we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to teach you how to set your goals appropriately for your organization and your area. Baseline goals for year, break it down by year, month, day, how to track that stuff. And then actionable to-do lists to actually see what you're doing and monitor your success. And so Todd Bickling actually is a phenomenal numbers guy. I thought I was a numbers guy. That guy's a numbers nerd. I mean, that guy tracks so much stuff, and he's got so much data. But we're going to show you what data to track and what data is not important for you. But tracking production and collections is not the data you want to track. It is very, very low-level stuff, and we're going to teach you the actual numbers, how to get it, and what to do with it.
Efficiencies.
On the clinical side, or on the motivation, how to pick your teams, how to get the team to start rowing in the same direction. Like John says, if you don't do that, then everyone's spinning around in circles. You're not going anywhere. How to motivate your team, how to structure bonuses and rewards to the people that are helping you get to what you're doing. So we're going to help you with that. Clinical, how to recruit doctors, because you will not grow if you do not have associates in your organization. And if you tell yourself you don't like associates, then be okay with where you're at, because that's all you're ever going to be. You've got to bring other doctors into your organization. We'll teach you how to find those doctors, what to look for, how to track their performance, and how they are helping or not helping your organization. We'll show you that. How to onboard these doctors, how to get them to understand your philosophy, whatever that is. They've got to be part of your culture. We show you how to onboard them, how to bring them into your culture, retain them, and then how to track their actual clinical performance and auditing of the work that they're doing, right? And then mentorship. So this is a big one. It's not mentorship of your associates, it's mentorship of you. So helping you become the leader that you actually want to be, changing from a clinician to a CEO, really. Because you cannot be a great leader if you're in the chair all the time and not putting any effort in your own organization. So how to become from a clinician to a CEO, changing your mindset shift from tooth to team, and then helping you find your strengths and turning your weaknesses into strengths as well. And then at the very end, what's it all for? How to profit from all this stuff. And you've got Walt Knish up here. He's an expert in profitability and overhead reduction. That's a big problem for a lot of you guys is as I'm growing, I'm getting more broke. Because growth is expensive, so you got to know how to do it, and you got to know how to do it correctly. And I know it's frustrating. I've had this question asked me several times this week. It's like, I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball. I never have any cash, but I keep growing. I had it just this morning. And so we teach you how to make that work, so you're not growing just to grow. Because that can be very frustrating when you feel like you're just chasing your tail, right? So we teach you how to do this. So that's what we're putting together. This is going to be in person and online. We're going to have an online community where we're going to be available to ask questions, answer questions. We're going to update curriculum. We're going to update topics. We're going to talk about stuff constantly. And we're going to teach everybody how to do the things that we've spent years stumbling over to figure out. And we're really up here today to kind of introduce the idea to see if there's even any interest in something like this. And really, if we find that people are interested in what we're going to do, then we're going to put this thing together and we're going to introduce it next year. So there's a sign-up sheet. You're not signing up. You're not committing to anything. All you're doing is signing up that you're interested in hearing more about it. That's it. There's no commitment, no nothing. You just put your name and maybe your contact information if you're interested in something something like this. Again, we're all doing it. We're in the trenches every single day. This is not theory. This is tested stuff. And we know how to do it. I'm not saying we're perfect, but we've got a lot of answers that a lot of people don't. And we would love to share that with you guys. So there will be a sign-up sheet. That's really all we have. Do you have any questions for this amazing team of people that are up here? Declan, did you ever show up?
Where's Declan? Changing into what?
His other tuxedo. So, again, we've got a bunch of knowledge up here. We've got clinicians. I've never touched a tooth, thank God, for the patient. But I do know a lot about the inner and outer workings of the practices and growth. And, like I said, Walt Kanish.
I'll put the sign-up sheet right here. I think it's the smartest place.
Yeah, go for it.
If that's okay with you guys. It's not an obligation, just a statement of sentiment, interest.
Yeah, we just want to say that the great thing about this group is that all of us have our subsection of expertise and what we're really great at. I think one thing that this group is really wonderful at is all of us are vulnerable in some facet of what we do. But the great thing about these guys is each one of us helps uplift one another. And I think if the great thing about your opportunity will be that we'll have the opportunity to give you, like Justin was saying, all the mistakes we made. I mean, I think that's the most important thing that we can bring value to is that it's not perfect. We don't have all the answers, but we certainly can have you avoid a lot of the pitfalls that we made. And so I'm thinking that with this group, I can't think of a better bunch of people who actually will provide you guys the leadership and, more importantly, the mentorship you probably all need.
No sense in making mistakes guys have already made. It's just simple.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We just
you,
wanted
guys.
to introduce it. So sign up with your interest if you'd like.
Guys.